Hey guys, welcome to the show Diagnose Me. Or subscribing.
Her first symptom comes one night out of nowhere.
Is the AC off? It felt like a rush. 1 minute my body was okay, and then I just got this rush of adrenaline. It starts at the top of my head, slowly dripping down my chest, down my back. Janet, are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. It's just a hot flash.
A hot flash? Well, this was the first time, aside from Frank, that anybody had really seen what I call a meltdown. That was my word for this, my meltdown. Have you talked to your doctor?
A doctor?
It had a really, really bad sweat attack.
Is it too hot in your face?
The sweating is the worst Janet has ever experienced.
I looked like I had just stepped out of a shower, fully clothed.
She's referred to an endocrinologist to check for a broader range of hormonal imbalances. Her diplomat husband Frank goes with her.
As things went downhill, I began to go to appointments to listen, take notes, and be there as her advocate.
We can rule out any thyroid problems.
We looked at thyroid conditions, diabetic conditions, nothing was found, which of course was good in one way, but it was bad on the other hand because we still had no idea about my condition.
I would like to get a head CT to investigate the possibility of a tumor. A tumor affecting the pituitary gland.
The brain's pituitary gland controls many body functions, including temperature regulation. A brain tumor pressing on the gland could cause it to malfunction.
It appears your CT scan is normal.
The results all came back negative, and that actually had a discouraging effect on Janet.
Janet, this is good news.
The doctors tended always to say, "Aren't you glad you don't have a thyroid problem or cancer or type 2 diabetes?"
No, it isn't. You don't know what's wrong with me.
But she would be saying, "Great, but you still haven't told me what's causing this."
I can refer you to a psychologist.
To Frank's surprise, Janet is open to the idea.
Talking about it to the psychologist was a good idea. It would give me a chance to unload some of the feelings I was having.
Janet arranges to meet with a psychotherapist who specializes in anxiety disorders.
And how do you feel when you go to a function with your husband?
Terrified. I'm just waiting for a meltdown, and I know it's going to happen.
Quiet because I'm concentrating. I think she's made a mistake there. I'm talking about going to the psychologist.
The body sweats to cool itself from this rush of energy.
I did that on purpose to go to the bottom.
Which will help with the anxiety and hopefully decrease the sweat.
Depressant makes the sweating worse and plunges Janet into an even deeper despair.
The sweats were coming 3 or 4 times an hour. She would be red all over and totally soaked. It was extreme.
Poor thing.
Have you looked at the side effects of these antidepressants?
This medication may increase sweating and side effects to the antidepressant.
Unbelievable.
I know, girls. I'm mad about that too.
Those pills.
That's when
To help raise her spirits, Frank takes her on a trip to visit their daughter, who has recently given birth to their first grandchild.
I think it's
I'm
hyperhidrosis.
looking forward to seeing my grandson. It's one of my joys. You want it to be memorable.
So good to see you. Where's that baby? Oh, my goodness.
I could just feel myself getting soaked. And there's this little fellow looking up at you, and drips are dripping on his head. It was hard to know which was dripping on his head more, his grandmother's sweat or his grandmother's tears. I couldn't even hold my grandchild without sweating.
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
For a grandmother, it's something special.
I knew I was never going to get that moment back. This condition was simply ruining my life.
Coming up.
If you notice it long weird,
Diagnosis.
it's because it's emotional. That other scene.
I was frustrated. I was fed up. So I went to my computer. I searched.
One night on the internet, Frank comes upon an article in a European Journal of Medicine.
I was flabbergasted. It was as though somebody had summed up Janet's condition in one paragraph.
Janet, sweetie, wake up. Wake up.
He put two pieces of paper on my bed.
Read this.
It was the story of a Dutch lady who was exactly like me.
And how a doctor had accidentally cured her of her symptoms.
Janet remained skeptical.
At that point, I had no hopes whatsoever.
Frank makes an appointment with a local internist to discuss the article.
Doctors frequently don't appreciate patients. It was worth a try.
Dr. Charles Abrams is intrigued enough that he agrees to review Janet's baffling case.
Janet has been labeled an interesting patient. Sometimes physicians euphemistically say this was an interesting patient because they are flummoxed.
And what happens when you beat the level?
Janet has an attack.
Of course, you could hardly fail to notice that.
I managed to have a full meltdown in front of his very eyes.
From hyperhidrosis.
Hyperhidrosis is abnormally increased sweating, in excess of that needed to regulate body temperature.
Idiopathic means nobody understands, it's unknown.
I am familiar with the drug oxybutynin.
Oxybutynin is a medication prescribed for patients with bladder spasms. It works by inhibiting the release of a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine, which is responsible for bladder contractions. Acetylcholine also triggers the sweat glands.
So its side effects could be ameliorating sweating.
But this would be an off-label use of the drug, which would fall into the category of a clinical trial. Janet would be a human guinea pig. Dr. Abrams warned them that it might take a few days for the new medication to start working.
I know we've got a lot already in this. We've got to give it time.
Was it actually going to prove to work?
By the fourth day, I wasn't sweating at all.
That's great.
But neither of them believes that this will last.
For the first couple of weeks, I would keep asking her everywhere we went, "Are you sweating?" And I recall one night,
Okay if I go out with you tonight?
Are you sure?
and when the answer was always no, not a bit, you began to believe that the miracle was actually going to hold.
Absolutely.
It's like a horrible visitor has finally left your house.
Since the medication began to take effect, Janet's sweating attacks have stopped completely.
Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.